player, if they're smart, they're going to go down in this direction and try to draw you away from the play and create space for their partner here, right? They may cross. If they cross, just stay with them. If you got to switch, yell switch. It's just like you might do in basketball practice, okay? But in general, this guy here can tackle if you're in position to support. Okay, it's the same thing. So you want to keep, very important, you want to keep them in front of you so you can see here, you can see here. So you got to keep moving your head back and forth. Where's the player? Where's my mark? Where's the ball? Where's my mark? Where's the ball? Where's my mark? So you can react to it, right? Great. Okay. That's 1-on-1, 2-on-2. You know, when do they score goals? When we hang back and don't pressure the ball, that's when they're going to have an opportunity to score. If we don't support the person who's challenging the ball, they're going to have an opportunity to score. And if we fail to mark well, that's when they're going to have an opportunity to score. If you look at goals that are scored in games, it's typically somebody is wide open in front of the net, and they're getting net. All right, so to pressure the ball, you know this, and this is I'm just reviewing what I just showed you, right? As soon as the ball is in, it transitions to the other player, you want to get right on it. You want to harass them. You want to start your recovery run back towards the goal to get between the opposing player and the goal. And that doesn't matter where you are on the field or whether or not they have the ball. You want to make that recovery. So as soon as the transition happens, you're moving. Everybody on the field's moving. So you got to know who your mark is and what the recovery line is to get between them and the goal. And even if you don't have the ball, you're recovering, right? So to challenge the ball, if you're actually gonna tackle them, you're gonna again approach fast, but then don't overrun the play. In the midfield, we overrun the play all the time. You guys really got to work on that. The point is not to steal the ball. The point is to force them to make a play, to slow down the play, and to let us get into position. So it's a very disciplined approach. So we're smarter typically than the teams we play, and that's how we can do this. And then you take advantage of the mistakes, right? You force the mistakes and take advantage of them, and that's why you score. You can force the play to one side by angling your body, right? What you don't want to do is you don't want to let them change direction or turn. So you want to cut off their change of direction or turn. A lot of times they'll be standing with their back to us and the ball in their feet. Don't tackle them, because if you tackle them, they're just going to turn, and they're going to go right around you, right? So you're trying to always discipline, reduce the angle of attack, and only try to tackle that ball if there's somebody nearby and if you're going to stay with it. Don't make a one pass at it, right? And one of the things that KDM does real well is when I yell, hey, we need a whistle when we're tired and we need a change, is to kick the ball off of an opposing player. And you defensive people, I want you to practice this. Just kick it off their shin so it goes out of bounds and we get a throw in and we can change. It's very simple, very tactical thing to do, you know? All right. So we talked about the angle of support, slightly behind and to the side on the goal side, keeping the ball and the mark and your mark in front of you, right? We talked about, okay, this is some points here that I'm always yelling at you guys and you never remember, but basically you want to be the first to the ball. You want to turn to the open space away from the pressure on that first touch. Don't stop it and stand there. Turn the ball all in one motion. Catch it on a flat surface, turn it into space, typically away from the goal. And you midfielders, when they have that high clearing pass and stand there, I know it's terrifying, but you got to get under it. You don't have to head it. You can trap it on your chest, on your thigh, on your foot, and we're going to practice that a lot this year, because once it bounces, then it's in play and you don't know where it's going. And when you're clearing the ball, by default, if you don't have anybody to pass to, clear it high, long, and wide. Right? So that means off to the side, because what's worse that happens? It goes out of bounds, we get a throw in. We got time to recover, time to mark up. So you got to kick the ball, not down the middle of the field, which is what you're going to do 9 times out of 10, but kick it wide to the side of the field. Use that space. All right. We also practice one-on-one attacking a lot, and we've got some people who are very, very good at this. And what the key is, most of the time when kids are playing soccer, you'll see them, they'll try to dribble around their opponent. Well, that actually doesn't work real well, because that gives them time to react. What you want to do is you want to dribble directly at them, and you keep the ball real tight in your feet, and if you know how to do it, you get it on your back foot, keep your head up, look at them, and dribble right into them. Because if they try to tackle you, it's going to bounce off your feet and go behind them, and then you've got them, right? So it's the same situation we talked before. If they try to tackle you and give up their mark, you're going to go right around them. You dribble directly at them. It forces them to make a decision to either tackle you or give up space. It forces their hand and makes them make a mistake. One of the things that some of our players do real well, like Lindsay and Jackie, is a change in speed or a change in direction. So you keep your head up when you're dribbling towards a defenseman, and as soon as you see that defenseman start to make their move, you change your speed, you accelerate, and it just that little bit of acceleration makes all the difference, and you go right through them. And then the other thing that I see all the time you guys do is you try to cross the ball in front of your body. You try to take it on the inside of your right foot across your body to change direction. And I've been telling you guys for years, don't do that. You want to get that outside touch. So you want to touch it with the outside of your foot. You want to fake in, touch out, or fake out, touch in. And if you don't think you can get around the defender, just chip behind them so they have to turn. One of the most effective things in our leagues, and people don't use it enough, is to use disguise or deception, which is when you get up to them, throw a little head fake in, or look the ball off. Look at your person you're going to pass to, and then go outside. We're going to practice a lot of that because it works very well in our league. Most of the people on defense are not going to defend well enough. If you do that little head fake, that little shoulder fake, they're gonna fall for that, and it's going to give you enough room to make the pass, take the shot, or to go around them. And that's something that we can practice. Very simple things. Anybody can do it, and it makes a difference on the one-on-one. But if you're defending against that, how do you defend against that? Well, you don't watch the ball. You watch the person's midsection, right? I always say defend the belly button, because the belly button can't go around you. If you look at their head and shoulders, if they do a head and shoulder fake, you're going to get burned. But if you're looking at their belly button, there's no way they can fake with that. So just keep the center of their body in front of you, and don't fall for a ball fake or a head fake. When you're in the box on offense, again, when you're attacking, what you want to try to shoot for, those of you that can aim the ball, is try to get the far corner of the net. Try to pick a corner where, you're U14 now, people are aiming the ball. Don't just blast it. Try to aim at a corner. Far corner, make the goalie move. Think ahead. If you're standing there in the crease waiting for a pass, think, what am I going to do with it when it comes to me? Am I going to put it where? I'm going to put it near corner, far corner, so you know before it gets there. A lot of times I see you guys facing the person with the ball, waiting for a pass. That's not what you do. You want to face the net and square, because you don't want to have to turn when the ball comes to you. You don't have enough time for that. You're going to get one touch. So you want to face the net and be able to touch the ball into the net. All right? And keep moving. Don't stand in the box. Keep moving in and out, in and out, in and out. Make sense? All right. So, support your attacking player when your ball hog teammate has the ball. Try to move without the ball, right? So we talked about this when we were talking about defending. You can pull the defender out of position and give your ball hog friend a one-on-one situation where they can go around, right? Spread the field, move to open space, use deception, same thing. Those head and shoulder fakes work great. Even if you don't have the ball, you can get somebody out of position and get to a position where you can receive a pass. Right? And if you can't see the person who has the ball, if there's a player between you and him, they can't pass you the ball. So you want to run not in straight lines, but in curved lines to get open for those passes. Same thing. Change in direction, change in speed, using deception to get open, move towards the pass, move in and out. And for you guys who are midfielders and forwards, remember the onside rule. You can't cross the defensive plane. You can't be the first one in the offensive zone before the ball is, right? So the ball has to... So that's it. Thank you very much. Had a blast playing with you guys over the years. So this is you get to hear me say this a bazillion times, but here it is one more time in a presentation. See if this helps you get it down, and we'll see you out in the field.